Hey, do you know when Alfonso Nation's gonna release his collection tour update video for the summer? I've been waiting forever, and by forever I mean like 6 months, honestly. I actually do know when he's releasing it because I am him, and guess what? So are you. Oh my gosh, what a shocker that is. So you actually do know when it's coming out, but you're gonna pretend like you don't because this is basically a skit. You're gonna act like you're not a person and we're two different people having a conversation, when in reality we're the same person just having a little skit. And so here we are making a comedic bit instead of just showing the people the toys they came to click the video for. So you should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest, and honestly that means I should be ashamed of myself. We're gonna both just get out of here. How about that? You didn't answer my question.
Alfonso, this is Optimus Prime. Hold on to your dreams. Never give up and never give in. Transform and go out.
What is good, Alfonso Nation? Welcome back, everybody, to another collection tour video. Fun fact, was on the fence about whether or not I should even make this video. I wasn't initially gonna do a collection update for the summer. I know we did it before, it's kind of like a little tradition, but I was actually gonna wait till the end of the year to do just like an end of the year, or actually the beginning of the year. But when I looked around, I said, well, there is a good bit of things that I did that's fairly new in the last 6 months since the last video. And so I said, why not show it off? So there's actually a pretty significant upgrade that I did to this display. I wanted to expand it a little bit, and I think I've done a decent job. So far, so good. And honestly, I think this is the last expansion I'm gonna do to the collection, unless I just actually, renovate this midsection here, add more shelves going upwards. But other than that, I mean, there's not much else I can do with the space that I have. So until I get a new space, a bigger space, in another place in the future, this is probably gonna be the way that it's gonna look for a while. So without further ado, let's get into the updates. What is new, what is the same, and what is sexy, and what is not so sexy, because we have some Deceptic, we have Sentinel Prime in a room, and yeah, we don't like him. Let's get into the collection! Alrighty folks, so we are back for another collection update. Now, full disclaimer, this is gonna be kind of a quicker video. I'm not gonna do too many, it's not gonna be too long because I'm currently packing for my trip. Honestly, I wasn't gonna do an update video initially because of how busy I've been and, the stuff I've been preparing for, the vacation, but I said, you know what, I'll do a quick little kind of just update video for the summer so that you get something, you know what I mean? I gotta give y'all a little something. But, so actually while you're watching this video, when this video releases, I'm gonna schedule it to come out when I am out on a vacation. So I'm gonna be gone. But anyway, let's go ahead and go over the collection just real quick. So yeah, I got, new stuff going on here. I got the bigger Transformers 1 shelf, really nice full Age of Extinction / Night shelf. I'm gonna show that. And the biggest update that I've done in the past 6 months is a brand new shelf, like a whole new thing. And this was initially like half the size and I had my Marvel stuff, but I chose to just kind of consolidate all of that into one big space, which is insane, but I got it to work. I figured it out. And because I wanted more Transformer shelf space, so we're going to go over that as well. War for Cybertron shelf, Gamer Edition, still looking the same. Nothing has changed with this, pretty much. I would like for them to release more figures, but that's pretty much it for the War for Cybertron shelf. It's just, it's pretty much the same. This is really nice. Actually came together really well. I did a little bit of rearranging for the Transformers 1 shelf. Let me see if I can bring the light a little bit closer. It might help a little bit. Sorry for the shadows. I'm kind of just impromptu doing this thing. So the new recruit here, we got Elita 1. I put out for trying in alt mode since in robot mode he doesn't look that, We got Soundwave, new Sentinel Prime recruit. He's there, obviously on the Decepticon side. Reactivate Starscream, standing in for the Studio Series we're going to get soon. Hopefully I get him. And yes, my Optimus and my Megatron now have the upgrade kits, and they look phenomenal. So big fan of Transformers 1. Man, it's the best movie. Best Transformers movie. Dark of the Moon's still my favorite. I gotta keep saying it, but TF1, I will give it to it. Best Transformers film. And I can't wait for that Studio Series out for Tryon. It's gonna be so awesome. Anyway, moving on. And I got the deer from Blockies. I do have a cool idea for Blockies I'm going to do, and it's going to be like right here in the middle. So you may see that by the end of the year or the beginning of the year collection tour if I do one. It's going to be right here. It's going to be a little, I got an idea. You'll see. Coming on down, we got the Age of Extinction Night Shelf. Man, this thing has really came along really nicely. I still got my upscaled. I almost sold them, but I was like, I don't think I can do that. I did get rid of Galvatron. He's not with us anymore. I chose to just do kind of like what I did with the Bumblebee movie and do like a lower scale. I'm okay with that. This is honestly perfect. Studio Series Lockdown is a new recruit here. Galvatron has the Seed, which is like a 3D printed upgrade piece. We do have Stinger, new recruit. He's missing his little ninja stars, but hopefully one day I'll find a piece that'll, stand in. And I can't wait to get the Studio Series Barricade to replace him. Really nice. And obviously, the big boy on Grimlock. I don't even know if I can fit Titan Class. Well, actually, that's a stupid thing to say. I cannot fit Titan Class Grimlock. Not with Optimus on top of him in the same shelf. So I'm going to just let that problem be a problem for that time whenever he releases. But I am planning to get the Titan Class Grimlock. No shot I'm missing out on that. But I love this shelf. Looks incredible. Age of Extinction /Night. Looking awesome. I just love it. And this right here is something I really wanted to do. I wanted to restore my Arrival to Earth shelf. I think in the last video, in the beginning of the year, I had to cram all of the Autobots into one giant thing, and they were shoulder to shoulder. Couldn't really see all of them. I didn't like that. So I did have plans to, expand and, kind of free this back up, and I did. I freed it back up, and it looks amazing. So, but yeah, Arrival to Earth shelf. I'm so happy to have this thing back, and it looks amazing. I just love the Arrival to Earth. It's such a signature entrance into the franchise. So, and then nothing different for these shelves. The Decepticon shelves are the same. I don't really have anything that I want to do for these shelves. I mean, they're perfect. I have Robot and Alt mode. The only thing I would like to do is get Megatron, the Alt mode, kind of maybe higher, maybe in this space, so I can actually see my MPM Megatron. That's about it, though. I mean, I'll have to figure it out. So I have to mount him on side, on the actual shelf itself. So I'll figure that out. But other than that, no major change here. And then, of course, the MPMs down there. No major change down there. Moving over to the Prime display, the Prime Shrine, as I so affectionately call it. There's been a few changes. I did get, kind of rearrange this a little bit better, clean it up a little bit. I got basically my favorites in my 3-0 Optimus Primes. So I kind of have him posed in the same way as my Muscle Bear. So there's some symmetry. I like visual symmetry when I pose stuff, as you can see. Alt mode. Blaster up, blade down, blaster up, blade down. I like that. That's, for me, that's just aesthetically pleasing. I try to do it as much as I can. Not everything is going to be symmetrical, but I try, Obviously, we got the 3-0 Megatron. I posed him a little bit better. He looks nice. I'm going to try to bring the light over, just so y'all can see a little bit. Oh, oops. Almost dropped it. Yeah, nothing different here with the Revenge of the Fallen 3-0. Love it. I did put a little thing in Jetfire's hand. That's a little new thing. It's a 3D printed spark piece. It's meant for Ratchet. It came with Lockdown, but I gave it to Jetfire because that makes sense. Other than that, Iron Warrior, I did give the base to Iron Warrior. This is from the Yellow Park AMK Pro Mirage. So that's beautiful. Very nice. This is a new thing that I'm doing. I don't really want to show this off yet, because I didn't really do what I want to do with it yet. But I guess I'll show y'all. So I got this from the one and only Drips Tech. This is the Allspark Shard from Revenge of the Fallen. I really didn't want to show this off yet, because I'm actually going to build all the mechanical things for the enclosure. So that little silver thing and the little plastic, that what you're seeing, that's just my temporary makeshift. But I am going to try to replicate that little containing chamber that it was in the movie as best as I can. man. You know, like a little DIY project, but big hype for my Allspark short, man. So yeah, I wasn't gonna show it off because it looked kind of ratchet right now. I mean, that looked kind of ratchet. But I want to show the shard because the shard is beautiful, and Drips Tech is an amazing shop. Go check it out on eBay, and he's a great friend, so shout out Drips Tech. Thank you, buddy. And obviously the first figure I ever had, some Optimus Prime there. More Optimus Primes, more Optimus Primes. I think this might be new, the Revenge of the Fallen mode. Well, this is the Buster version with like the blaster and like the silver additions. Very nice. Yellow Park G1 Prime, beautiful figure. My goodness. And then also we have a new recruit here. This is the Lego Optimus Prime. Look how tall he is compared to a premium scale 3.0. I was not expecting that scale at all. That's crazy. But he's really nice. He has a really nice presence. I wasn't expecting that. And really awesome. Like, honestly, almost the same size as the DLX 3.0. But yes, that was a birthday gift. Really happy to have him. So cool. And obviously the 3.0 Prime. And we have the Jet Wing Studio Series Prime. That's pretty much it. You know, still got the steelbooks on display with the little mini bots. And yes, I actually do use this when I want to watch like if I want to have a Transformers movie night, I actually pick one of these off the shelf and pop in the disc. I like the physical media. Physical media rules. No major changes for the Fall of Cybertron shelf. I did kind of clean it up a little bit. I put the little space shuttle thing with the G1 figures. And this is a new recruit, my Vortex. For Age of the Primes, I do want to get Bruticus. I really do. I'm kind of feeling it. And also Tarn was there. Oh yeah, I didn't show y'all this. Let me show y'all what I did with Tarn. I actually put Tarn on the TF1 shelf. Kind of hard to see him. I'm gonna see if I can kind of peek over it. So I got Prima Prime from Age of the Primes back there. You probably can see him in alt mode. And I got Tarn on this side. He's a stand-in for Megatronus. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, the deer has fallen. The deer has died. There you see him, kind of in the crevice there. Yeah, that's Tarn in alt mode. I did that. He's kind of like a Megatronus Prime type of stand-in. Because, you know, he kind of does resemble Megatronus with the Decepticon logo face and the purple and, you know. So yeah, that's where he's at. He was initially on the throne up there. I don't know where my Age of the Primes Bruticus is going to go. Because I like that Bruticus up there. I like the scale with the Fall of Cybertron stuff. The Planet X. I may just have the Combaticons in their uncombined mode, you know, just kind of around. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I'm going to figure that out at a later date. And this is probably one of my favorite things I've done, dude. My gosh. Dude, this is one of my favorite things. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm fanboying. So I've been wanting to do this. I've been wanting to expand my Transformers Prime shelf. I have been wanting to do this because you couldn't really see all of them. Like, they're kind of like, you know, back to back. And this is the kind of show you want to fully showcase. This is something you don't want to play around with. Oh man, do I love this. Do I love this. Oh my gosh. I'm just like reliving the satisfaction from when I first did this. I did this months ago, but I'm just now showing it off like officially. So here it is. I got the Transformers Prime. Dude, this is so cool, dude. I got, you know, I just kind of just did what I could to separate them. I did recently get the arm for Megatron. So that is the arm he used to use the Forge of Solus Prime. And I got his regular arm in that little canister there. The little Decepticon canister that it came with. Which is so cool, honestly. And then we got Shockwave kind of doing some experiments on it. We got Soundwave. It's so cool. And this is like the new shelf. Man, I love it. I love it. And I basically put all the records together, or the, you know, the season. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I gave the Forge of Solus Prime to Alpha Trion. I got his zombie cliff jumper literally hanging off the edge, like on the off a cliff, kind of like, you know what I mean, like a play on words. And also like he did in the show in Starscream, his vicious murderer, Starscream, you know, glorying over his death, just savoring over it. I got Arachnid, and yes, I do have her fully standing on her spider legs. Took a little time, but the legs are sturdy enough to actually pull this off. And I just love how it looks. That's how she should be displayed, honestly. Beautiful Arachnid. And then I got Breakdown, and then I got Bulkhead. That's the APC Toys Bulkhead. Looks good. Wheeljack, my favorite Autobot in this show under Optimus. Had to have him front and center. Just had to. I got some Vehicons in the back, and I got a Vehicon back here. I do have the Alpha Trion still, because he was in the show, but I just gotta have him in like a stoic statue pose, because that's what we saw him basically do. Y'all, One of my favorite shelves. And by the way, we have officially an upgrade for my Beast Hunters Prime finally. Once again, thanks to Drift's Tech. I told him that I was like dying to find an upgrade kit because they had the Zenith Forge one that I saw at TFCon, but it wasn't for sale, it was only for display, and I was just drooling over it. I'm like, I need him to have his Gatling gun, we need it. Because the Beast Hunters Prime from Hasbro, they gave us some whack guns. It's not the accurate guns. I want the real deal, man. Man, Drift's Tech understood the assignment and actually did a 3D printed Gatling gun, and it looks so accurate. Wonderful paintwork on it, beautiful. I mean, awesome, good quality too. I'm shocked. Big shout out to Drift Tech. Thank you so much. And it sounds like the people are ordering it, you know. So I'm glad that that they're doing well. I can't get off of this shelf, dude. I just love it. I love Transformers Prime, y'all. This is my jam. This is my jam, bro. This is my jam. Let's move on before I just do the 5-10 minutes on this one shelf. I woke up in a new Bugatti. And then I got the new Bumblebee, the new like Volkswagen Beat. Love that thing, dude. So much better, man. Still not perfect, but it's a deluxe and it's a Volkswagen. I hate the first one that they put out. That first Volkswagen they did for B-Movie, the Studio Series, I can't stand it. Literally one of my least favorites. So I'm glad that they understood the assignment and that they remade it because he looks fantastic now. Got Megatron with his upgrades. I don't know if he was upgraded. I think he was not upgraded at the beginning of the year. I would say another pretty significant change that I've done is this shelf right here. I did actually kind of build up the Revenge of the Fallen shelf, and I love this. I love this, man. This is freaking awesome. I do have my Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, one of my prized possessions, on this shelf. He was on the Prime Shrine, but I wanted to clean it up a little bit, so I put him on this shelf. And since I had the Megatron to go with him, which is what I've been wanting to do to begin with, they look perfect. Just beautiful. Nice figures. So yeah, Revenge of the Fallen shelf looks good. I got the Nest Ratchet under there, which is kind of just there for no reason, to be honest. I got Soundwave, I got the Bayway Megatron, I got Studio Series stuff. This is actually a Jada diecast. I'm actually looking to get the Revenge of the Fallen one back, the Studio Series. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my favorite Studio Series figure. Devastator with the upgrade kit. Just absolute monster. Just freaking awesome. I just love how he looks. Just such a commanding presence. And he's the reason why I don't need a G186 Devastator. Like, that's awesome. He looks just remarkable. I just love this shelf. So Revenge of the Fallen shelf is kind of one of the big changes that I was able to do because of the new shelf. And then I didn't really have anything for this space right here. It was actually an empty shelf, so I just put my vinyl for Rise of the Beasts, the sealed mitten box Buzzworthy. I just threw that in there because I don't know what else to do. They were just sitting in storage. So yeah, I just filled the space in. I'm probably going to use it for some figures in the future. All right, time to talk about the new sheriff in town, man. This is a new shelf I've been working on, and it's coming together nicely. So really satisfied with it right now. So let's just kind of go over it. Initially, this was just like half of a shelf, so it was like, I think like around this height, and I just had my Marvel stuff just kind of scattered alongside it. But I said, nope, I'm mostly a Transformers fan. I need more space for the robots. And so I just crammed all my Marvel Legends and stuff, even the props. And yes, I do have that one single Superman, one DC figure that sticks out. But it's alright, it's okay. That's all the superheroes. I think it looks good. I think that it looks like a mountain of Marvel. That's my Marvel mountain. Next up, we have my bum shelf, my Rise of the Beasts. Yes. As you can see, the YOLO parks are no longer there. That is correct. I chose to just go back to Studio Series for Rise of the Beasts. I don't need both that and YOLO park. If I do, I will not need the AMKs anymore because they're making AMK Pro stuff now. So if I do go Rise of the Beast with the YOLO Park stuff, I'm going to just go with the AMK Pros. They're much better figures. So, yeah, for now I got the Studio Series. So I got Battle Trap and Scourge. I got the Terracons. I got Bumblebee in his signature pose. I got RC backing him up. I got my Mirage. I added some new chrome additions to Mirage. I don't know if I showed you that or not, but I put some chrome on him. I got Ape Link, the Maximus. Obviously, the King goes at the top. And then coming on down, baby, you know I gotta bring back the Babers, man. And so I got the little mini guy. I got Igor assaulting Lincoln right there. I got Dark and the Moon Soundwave, the Studio Series Megatron, and I got the Studio Series Shockwave in alt mode there. Sentinel Prime. I got Laserbeak, the Studio Series, and then I got all the upscaled. So I did kind of like what I did with the Arrival to Earth shelf. I did the upscaled robot modes and then the Studio Series in the alt modes. That's kind of what I wanted to do. And that's what I wanted to do. I really tried my best to get everything to fit because some of them stuff is kind of hanging off, but because the boys in the back are so big. But I managed to somehow get it to look somewhat okay. It's still kind of a little crammed, but at least you can see everything. That's the goal. All right, this is actually one of the newest things I have done. I decided, because this was a miscellaneous shelf with a bunch of like junk and insanity. I was like, what am I gonna do with this shelf? And I was like, well, I do have like a lot of OG figures, and I do plan to get more Dark of the Moon Mech Tech stuff, so I'm probably gonna need a shelf for that. So I said maybe I should just make this the OG nostalgic shelf, and that's exactly what I did. And honestly, I'm digging it. I really am. So some of these are like literal veterans in my collections. Like this has been with me for like this exact figure. Like this specific figure. Those little markings you see on him were done by me as a kid. And then that Megatron, as you can see, he's all battered and missing pieces. That's my fault. That's young Alfonso right there. So those were my original Voyagers for Revenge of the Fallen. This I got at Universal Studios, so he's not something that I had forever, but he is still an OG figure, so he goes here. This I actually got at the Toy Room, the Soundwave, so didn't have him all these years, but he's an OG figure. I did have this exact figure, this Bumblebee, when I was a kid, but I don't have the specific one anymore. Like that copy that I had when I was a kid, I don't know what happened to it. I must have lost it or sold it or whatever. But I bought it again when I found it at the Toy Room. So it's the same figure, just not the same copy. And so I just had to get him back because he's an OG. And Skyhammer, same thing. That's not the one that I had when I was a kid, but I had one just like that when I was a kid. Not the same copy, but same figure. The Toy Room is basically the reason why I have most of this stuff. When it comes to this guy, when it comes to Skyhammer, when it comes to the Soundwave, Shockwave over there, same thing. I had the figure, but this is not the same copy. I'm getting a lot of the figures that I had when I was a kid because I want to get that OG feel again. I want to get that OG collection back. And I do have the Cyberverse Dark of the Moon Optimus there. I found that at the Toy Room, I want to say. The Dark of the Moon Mech Tech was the first line I ever collected as a kid. My first ever line. It was my entrance into collecting. I did get some figures that were like a gift to me, but when I started to choose to collect, it was Dark of the Moon Mech Tech, first line. And so I want to get some more of those figures, man. I love the Mech Tech line, so I just have to have some of that OG love in my collection. And so far, this is looking good, and this is obviously a PlayStation Portable. This is actually mine. This is the one I had when I was a kid, but this is when I had the PSP, back when PSP was a thing, and I would play the absolute life out of this thing. I would play the crap when we were on like road trips, when we were in the car, at home, at people's house. I mean, I played the lights out of this game. This one and a lot of other ones too. I want to say the 07 one. I'm probably going to buy a PSP just to, get one back and see if this even works still, because all of the condition, how scratched it is. And obviously, an OG relic, my first camera that I filmed my first video on. So moving on down, this is also another new thing that I have done. So this is where like some of my my upscaled Bayverse Autobots were kind of crammed together while I freed them up so that I can have my Arrival to Earth shelf back for 07, and I put my Dark of the Moon Autobots now. So now we have a Dark of the Moon Autobot shelf. And just a few days ago, I actually did this, where I put a bunch of them lined up in alt mode, and I did the dreads, and I got one of the dreads like on the flight stand, like about to get Bumblebee. Bumblebee's in that stealth mode, about to crank them brakes so he can fall on his face. This is Leadfoot. This is just some miscellaneous stuff I threw in there because I just didn't know where else to put them. But yeah, I just added some more for the highway chase, just my own personal highway chase scene where there's a bunch of Autobots. Anyway, and this is also the Bayway Studio Series Ironhide. It's not the original Studio Series. This thing is so cool. I love him. So glad they restocked him so I can grab me one. But anyways, Dark of the Moon shelf. This is one of my favorite shelves of all time. Like, honestly, like, this is one of my favorites. This looks awesome because favorite movie, and then all the Autobots together, and Autobot victory, and the highway chase, and the explosion, and the freaking big boys in the back. Wow, that's so cool. And moving on down, last but not least, Yes, I do have a G1 shelf again. I did not have a G1 shelf at first. I did at first. It was small, and then I changed it up, and then I got rid of it, and I'm kind of going back and forth. But now that I got the 86 Prime, now that I got the MP44 KO Prime right there, and I think when I got the Masterpiece Megatron, when I got that freaking Mega, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to put them on a shelf. There's no way. I need a shelf to put them both on. So Megatron is basically the figure that got me to restore a G1 shelf. And then I have the Takara Masterpiece Soundwave back there with some of the minions. This is the 86 Prime that I have with the trailer. I just have the Matrix up there for some reason because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. 86 Jazz. That's a Jada Bumblebee and the Vector Sigma. That's the shuttle, that legacy thing that I got, that I had on the Fall of Cybertron. I just put it back there because he's an Autobot. And yeah, that's the G1 shelf. This is probably where I'm going to put my 86 Megatron when I get him. I'm going to rearrange all of these and put Prime under the MP44, and I'll put the Megatron in tank mode under the under the G1 Megatron. Now, obviously, he's not gonna be a gun, and it would be nice to have him as a gun, but it's fine. I'm gonna just have him in tank mode, and they look nice. I did add some posters from when I went to see the movie. I got the Captain America Brave New World and the Superman poster. Movie of the year. Literally, I love this movie so much. Y'all don't even know. So anyway, in hindsight, that's the new shelf. It looks awesome. I'm really satisfied. I really plan to build up that nostalgic shelf. And yeah, there it is. Oh, and sometimes I show up the desk. I don't really have nothing to show off. I am actually currently exporting the toy hunt that I'm going to do with Ryan. Y'all are going to see this before this collection thing comes up. So this is kind of like a reverse. That was a pretty fun toy hunt. I'm still waiting for it to finish. And then my deskbot of choice currently is my AMK Pro Mirage. This thing is an absolute freaking masterpiece, man. I love him. And he's actually going to be coming with me on vacation. He's going to be my vacation, my travel bot. And so when you watch this video, he's not going to be standing there. He'll be with me on vacation. I do have the blockies. These guys. I got the Blockies. Well, I already had the Megatron for a while. I bought him, but then Blockies partnered with me, thankfully, and they were like, yo, we'll send you Prime. And I'm like, you're so cool for that. And so I posed them. They're like in mid-fight. He's like swiping his sword. Like he just knocked the crap out of Megatron. Megatron's falling backwards. And they're so well balanced. Like they're both actually standing on one leg, even Prime. They're both just standing on one leg. Like they're so well balanced. You can shake the desk. And they're not going nowhere. They're so cool, man. And yep, that's the wallpaper I'm rocking because this is beautiful. And I didn't realize how nice it looked in 4K. Like, this is absolutely amazing. So there you go. Let me get my light out of the way. Forget it. I'll leave it there. There you go. The collection. Little summer update. Got a new shelf over there. Did some restoration for some shelves. Did some building for some other shelves. And some expanding for some other shelves like Transformers Prime. So yeah, there you go. That's the collection update for the summer 2025. Well, there y'all go. That's update of the collection. I'm satisfied, honestly. You know, I'm a movie guy. I have to say it in every video because there are going to be new people that are going to click on my video and be like, where's the G1? Where's the Armada? Where's the Beast Wars? Where's the Kiss? Not doing that. But if I'm just being honest, I like movies. I like the films. The films got me introduced, and obviously TFP married me to the franchise. That's all I need. I don't need a little bit of everything, you know? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what are you collecting the most of right now? Like what lineup, what movie, or what franchise, what continuity are you focusing on completing right now? So that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new, subscribe, and yes, go buy more plastic, because plastic is fantastic. Fantastic Four!